Alright, buckle up. This is a long one, but damn, it feels good to finally tell it. My name's Mike, I'm 42, from Columbus, Ohio. About a year ago, I thought my life was over. I was staring down the barrel of a divorce that would have left me paying my cheating ex-wife alimony for potentially the rest of my life, while she shacked up with her personal trainer. Yeah, classic, right? But I didn't just roll over. I got smart, I got strategic, and I saved my own ass. Here's how it went down. It started subtly. Sarah, let's call her that, had always been into fitness, but suddenly it was an obsession. 3 hours at the gym every single day. Weekends included. New, ridiculously expensive workout gear appearing weekly. And the phone, always face down, notifications silenced. We'd been married 12 years. I knew her rhythms. This was off. The gut punch came on a random Tuesday. We were supposed to meet her parents for dinner. She texted me, stuck at gym, trainer needed extra help setting up equipment. Order without me. Kissy emoji. Something about that emoji felt fake. Hollow. I drove past the gym on my way to the restaurant. Her car wasn't there. I called her, straight to voicemail. Panic, cold and sharp, started creeping up my spine. That night, I did something I'd never done before. I logged into our shared online banking. Checked the credit card statement. And there it was. Charges for a fancy downtown hotel restaurant, on a night she told me she was at a work conference. Charges for expensive lingerie I'd never seen her wear. And get this, charges for 2 premium gym memberships at the same place. Suspicious doesn't even cover it. But suspicion isn't proof. And in Ohio, like most places, just proving she cheated doesn't automatically save you from alimony. What judges do care about is something called dissipation of marital assets, basically, wasting our shared money on the affair. That became my target. I needed rock-solid evidence she was spending our money on him. Step 1, the financial deep dive, the boring but crucial part. I became a ghost in my own house, hunched over my laptop late at night. I meticulously downloaded years of bank statements and credit card bills. I started building a timeline, going back about 6 months when things felt weird. I categorized everything. Unexplained hotel stays, boutique hotels near her gym, not near any conference centers. Dining charges, romantic, expensive dinners for 2, often on nights I worked late or she claimed to be somewhere else. Suspicious purchases, that fancy lingerie, men's cologne, I wear Old Spice, this was some $200 boutique stuff, and receipts for gifts, like an expensive watch. Cash withdrawals, big chunks of cash pulled out right before weekends she claimed were girls' trips with friends I never met. I saved everything. Printed copies. Stashed them in a lockbox at my buddy Dan's garage. Didn't trust the cloud with this. This was my insurance policy. Step 2, the digital trail, the nerve-wracking part. Sarah was careful, but also lazy with passwords. She used the same one for everything. One night, when she was supposedly asleep, probably texting him, I quietly picked up her iPad. She was still logged into her email and messaging apps. My heart was pounding. I didn't go digging for love notes. That would have ripped me apart. I focused purely on the money. I took screenshots. Uber receipts going to hotels or an apartment complex downtown during work hours. Amazon orders, men's luxury shaving kits, designer sunglasses, delivered to an address that wasn't ours. A quick Google Maps search showed it was her trainer's apartment building. Venmo transactions from our joint account to her trainer. Memos like, for the fire emoji session wink emoji, and dinner treat. Our money. Funding their dates. Actual hotel booking confirmations paid for with our credit card. Every screenshot felt like picking up a piece of shrapnel. I emailed them all to a secret account I created, then meticulously erased my browsing history and any trace I'd been on her iPad. My hands were shaking, but my resolve was turning to steel. Step 3, the dumb luck break, the moment I saw it. This part felt straight out of a bad TV movie. Sarah left her AirPods charging case on the kitchen counter but took just one AirPod with her. Later that afternoon, my phone buzzed, AirPod detected nearby. It showed a map location, an apartment complex downtown, miles from the gym. My blood ran cold. I drove there, parked down the block. And there it was. Her car. Parked right out front. And then he walked out, the walking protein shake advertisement she called a trainer. He opened her car door. She got out. And they kissed. Right there, on the sidewalk, in broad daylight. Not a peck. A long, deep kiss. I didn't jump out. I didn't scream. I took a deep breath. I raised my phone. Took time-stamped photos. Took a clear video. Then I drove straight to a private investigator I'd already researched and quietly interviewed a week before. I handed him the growing stack of financial records and the address. I need proof she's staying there overnight regularly, I told him. And I need proof they're still spending our money together. That PI was worth every single penny. Over the next few weeks, he documented. Her car parked overnight at the trainer's apartment. Multiple times a week. Them going grocery shopping together, using our joint credit card at the checkout. Weekend trips to Cleveland and Indianapolis, hotel charges, meals, all on our cards. And the kicker, photos of them loading her top-of-the-line rowing machine, bought with marital funds just months before, into his pickup truck. That one stung. That was my sweat equity, our money, paying for his home gym upgrade. Step 4, walking into the lawyer's office, the big guns. I walked into my lawyer Linda's office with a binder. It wasn't just thick, it was dense. Financial records, Venmo screenshots, Amazon deliveries, hotel bookings, PI reports with photos and logs, location data printouts. I slid it across her desk. She opened it, flipped through the summary page, a clear timeline linking Sarah's lies to the expenses and the trainer. She looked up, a slow, fierce smile spreading across her face. "Mike," she said, her voice calm but sharp, "this isn't just adultery. This is textbook, deliberate dissipation of marital assets. She's actively using your joint funds to build a life with this man while still legally married to you." Linda explained that while Ohio isn't purely fault-based, this evidence was pure gold. It meant no alimony, her wasting marital funds on the affair, combined with the PI's proof she was cohabiting with her employed boyfriend, shattered any claim she had to ongoing support from me. Fair property split, for me we could demand the value of everything she spent on the affair be added back to the marital pot before splitting, meaning she got less. Total negotiation power, this binder was our nuclear option. We filed for divorce immediately. Just cold, straightforward paperwork citing irreconcilable differences. Sarah was floored. She expected tears, begging, maybe a messy blow-up fight. She didn't expect calm, calculated legal action. At the first settlement meeting, her lawyer, some slick guy in an expensive suit, came out swinging. "My client sacrificed significant career opportunities for this marriage. She requires substantial alimony and a 60% share of the assets to maintain her accustomed standard of living." My lawyer Linda didn't flinch. She just slid that massive binder across the polished table. "Before we discuss maintaining any lifestyle," she said, her voice icy calm, "let's discuss how your client has already been funding a separate lifestyle and relationship using marital assets." She opened it right to the summary timeline and expenditure chart. Pointed right at the hotel charges, the Venmo payments, the Amazon deliveries to his address. Sarah's face. I'll never forget it. It drained from confident smirk to ghost white in about 2 seconds flat. Her lawyer started flipping through pages, his expression shifting from arrogance to pure panic. You could hear a pin drop. The endgame, where justice felt sweet. What followed wasn't a dramatic courtroom showdown. It was a brutal, behind-the-scenes negotiation. Her lawyer knew they were utterly exposed. The evidence was overwhelming, meticulously documented, and showed a clear, months-long pattern of financial deceit. They folded. The final settlement. Alimony, 0. Nothing. Nada. The judge reviewed the evidence and agreed completely. Her dissipation of assets and immediate cohabitation with her employed partner eliminated any entitlement to support from me. Assets, we got a true 50-50 split, but only after the total value of everything she spent on the affair, the hotels, the gifts, the dinners, the rowing machine, even half the cost of that lingerie, my lawyer argued it was bought for his benefit, not mine, was added back into the marital pot. Then we split that total. So, her share was significantly reduced to repay what she'd wasted. I kept my 401k intact. She kept hers, but it was much smaller after the deductions. The house, we sold it. The market was decent. I used my slightly larger share of the proceeds, thanks to the deductions from her side, for a down payment on a small, tidy house just for me. She got her reduced share. No silence, I refused to sign any non-disclosure agreement. I didn't want hush money. The truth was my victory. Though, full disclosure, this Reddit post is the first time I've told the whole story, anonymously. 1 year later. Emotionally. It's still a work in progress. Rebuilding trust in people, in relationships, that takes time. Therapy helps. A lot. But financially, I can breathe. My house is quiet, but it's mine. My retirement is back on track. I don't have that sickening dread every month, wondering how much of my paycheck is going to fund Sarah's life with the guy she betrayed me with. That freedom. Priceless. Sarah. Last I heard through the grapevine, mutual friends are hard to avoid completely. Things with the trainer blew up about 6 months after the ink dried on the divorce. Seems the free ride ended when the marital credit cards got cut off. Karma's not always loud, but she's persistent. Me. I'm focusing on work, reconnecting with friends I drifted from during the marriage, hitting the gym myself, different gym. And yeah, therapy. This stuff leaves marks. If you're staring down this nightmare, listen up. Breathe. Stay calm. Your anger, your hurt, it's justified. But acting on it in the moment will screw you. Channel it into focus. Evidence is everything. Especially money. Bank statements, credit card bills, receipts. Track every dime. Dissipation of assets is your legal lifeline in many states. Find it. Prove it. Don't tip your hand. Gather your proof before you say a word. Once they know you're suspicious, they hide, they lie better, they destroy evidence. Get a shark, not a goldfish. You need a divorce lawyer who fights, who understands financial forensics and dissipation laws in your state. Pay for the best you can afford. It's an investment in your future. A PI might save you thousands. If you can swing it, a licensed, reputable PI can get evidence, like cohabitation, that you legally can't, and they do it cleanly. That evidence is leverage. This is a marathon, not a sprint. From my first gut feeling to the final settlement. Almost 10 months. It was agonizing. Exhausting. But playing the long game, staying disciplined, is how you win. Was it messy? Hell yes. Did some of it feel ruthless? Absolutely. But when someone decides to burn down your life and then expects you to pay them for the privilege of rebuilding theirs on the ashes. No. Just, no. You fight smart. You fight clean. You fight for what's yours. Thanks for listening, Reddit. Feels good, finally putting this out there. Time for a cold beer. In my backyard. Cheers.